Hello, my name is Thomas, and today I'm going to talk about the importance of not wasting food while eating a meal. Although wasting food may not seem like a huge problem, on a daily basis it becomes a large one. When a whole nation of people begin to waste food, the consequences begin to stack up. You may be wondering why reducing food waste is important. Well, the reason that it is important is because it helps out in three different ways: socially, economically.
First, let's begin with the social effects of food waste. The extra food that you decided not to eat and that you threw away could have been sent to hungry children all over the world. According to the Columbia University, over 700,000 men, women, and children could be gladly fed using the amount of food wasted by the Americans alone every year. A major problem with society today is the majority of difference between the different classes of society. Leftover food is much better than wasted.
There's a whole lot of money being spent in moving the meat across the country or even the globe. Now that we have finally brought the meat to the kitchen, it now takes money to prepare it so that it's edible. As you can see, it takes much energy just getting the energy for one person.
Finally, this is the environmental effects that wasting food does to the earth. First, let's begin with the loss of energy throughout the food chain and how meat and vegetables vary in their energy sources greatly. So, this chain of energy can all begin with the sun, where there is an enormous amount of energy. So, let's say in this case, 1 million units of so called energy in our case. When plants take in the sunlight to produce glucose, the amount of energy is reduced to 1/500th of the original source. Now, as we go down the food chain, the 1 million units of energy that was produced from the sun is reduced to just 6 units of energy. This means that eating plants is so much more efficient than eating meat. Now, apart from the food chain, another large area where food devastates the environment is in landfills. According to the Columbia University and Stanford dining data, nearly one-third of the food that people cook is wasted and plainly thrown into the garbage can. Now, when you add up this all up, it turns into a huge number. 10 years ago, in the year 2000, the US people wasted a total of 231.9 million tons of food.
So people may be wondering why we cannot use this food waste as another source of energy for people to use for farming. The truth is, compost from food waste has been a way to fertilize farms for a long time. However, individuals and companies are not putting any effort into eco-friendly methods, but rather landfills. To finish up with my message, there are some things that everyone can do as an individual to help with this problem. When eating at a buffet or dining hall, it is important to only take an amount of food that you will be able to completely finish. If you're not sure of the amount of food you can eat, begin by taking small amounts first and then going back to get more if necessary.